CPU 2600. I'm going to use a Ryzen 5 2600, a 6-core 12-thread processor from AMD. So I'm just that's the Ryzen 5 2600, and let's place it in the socket carefully. So how do we place it? We have the golden mark here, and we need to match this arrow to the arrow in the CPU socket. So first remove this pin here, the clip, the locking mechanism. Just release it first. Remove it completely, release it completely, and then the fuck? This is kinda crazy. I don't see any markings in this motherboard with the white arrow that says which side it should go. This is kinda dumb. Let's check the user manual. Why is there no marking? They have simply said the CPU just fits in one direction and the AMD logo is this side. I didn't expect this, but usually there is supposed to be a white marking. There is one here, is it? Here. There seems to be one, but it's like really covered by the socket itself, so I think it goes like this. AMD Ryzen. Yep. So yeah, that's the processor has fit properly. So then lock the motherboard, the socket locks perfectly. Let's put some RGB properly. So we have fit this one properly. Next is let's place the RAM. 8 GB RAM, which is 4 GB from Crucial. The rated speed is I think the rated speed is 2400 MHz. It's one of the low cost RAMs. So we have the numbers A1, A2, B1, B2. I hope we place so we have a marking that says use A2 and B2 for the first. Sorry, it goes like this. It was quite not so perfect, but it is. Be careful while inserting the RAM, and yep, the other one. supposed to be too dim. We have locked it perfectly. So 8 gigs of RAM, the ryzen processor is in, and now let's place the heatsink. So this comes actually with the processor itself, and first we need to remove these protective covers or whatever. So this one just holds the back plate, because the AMD heatsink is a screw type, while Intel has a lock-in mechanism. So they are just providing these locks for the back plate temporarily. So this processor, usually you have the thermal paste applied, already pre-applied in the heatsink, but right now, since I am installing it the second time, there is no thermal paste, so I will use my spare thermal paste, just a bit. And so we have the CPU fan. We have the CPU fan connector here. So let's place it like this or like this, whichever. So no, we can't place it. You can only place it in this way or this way. It's a rectangular design, so give it a gentle press and screw down the locks. So yep, it has fit properly. You can try to lift it. Oops. So it's not fit properly. Now we have to lock it properly. I really prefer the Intel's heatsink. It's really easier to install. This one is the screw mechanism is a bit troublesome, really. I think we need some lift. We will place a support structure. Do it on a hard surface. there is no bend or cushioning at the bottom. It's actually quite straightforward. The screwing mechanism is a bit of a struggle, but it's just do it slowly, it should be fine. It must be able to lift it actually, so that's when you see that lock is perfect. And don't tighten too much, just okay. So next is next what we place is the it's almost done. Let's place the SSD NVMe drive. I hope both of them support NVMe, and it's better to check the manual for that, because in some motherboards in B350, one of them only supports an M.2. Yep, the manual says we have support for both the NVMe slots, both the M.2 slots with NVMe drives can be supported. So should we put it here or here? I think we can use it here, because if you are using a graphics card here, I think you can remove it in case. Just slide it in and then use the screw provided with the motherboard to lock the device. So we have the GTX 1660 Ti from GIGabyte. It has 6 GB of RAM, and it's a twin blade. It's a twin fan aluminum block heatsink with copper pipes, copper tubing for cooling. Looks really cool. Grey accents and a back cover, I should say. It's not a metal plate, but it's made of fiber. It looks great, though it's not. I don't think it will have a very high heat signature to require a metal plate, so they have given a fiber one. Oh, it has a huge aluminum block for the heatsink, so that should give a lot of cooling for the chipsets. Okay, let's put it in. So this one doesn't come with the Type-C port, it only comes with the HDMI and display port. I'll be using the HDMI port. And it needs a 8-pin power supply. The minimum power requirement for this one is this one has a minimum power requirement of 450 watt or greater power supply. You needed at least a 450 watt system. So now let's connect the power supply. That's the 24-pin power supply to the motherboard. Then we have the 8-pin power cable for the CPU side. My first PC build, there was a 4-pin connection here, and I thought that it was unnecessary, and I didn't plug it in. The system didn't boot at all, and then I had to call the customer care, and they told that you need to plug in all the power. You need to plug in the CPU power also to boot properly. So we have the CPU power cable and the ATX power cable, and then we have the GPU 8-pin power cable for the GPU. So let's do the first boot of this. Wow, did you look at that? We have this logo is cool. The ROG Strix logo is really awesome. It just doesn't look like a normal RGB. It looks like a beautiful LCD panel itself with a billion colors or a million colors. Looks amazing. Let's try to boot up the motherboard. It's booted. Do we have a post? New CPU installed. We have a Ryzen 5 2600 6 core detected, 8 gigabyte detected. I think the data B should be the hard disk. Let's get into the setup. Yep, so that's the boot screen, BIOS version. Let's see if we the temperature, base clock. Okay, advanced CPU configuration. That's quite detailed. AI tweaker. You can overclock. Screen the overclock parameters, memory frequency, performance enhancer. So fast boot on. So we have the 970 is detected. Let's boot it and see if it is working. The first boot.